Wow. Okay, seriously. Good evening. Welcome to Posse Presents. We've not been on the air for weeks. You can tell we've completely, all of us, lost our touch. I don't know what that was all about, but you know, we'll roll with it. It's a live show and it is what it is. While my control room was having its issues, I couldn't get the record button to take. So, you know, it's been since January. No, oh God, it's January now. Can we start over? It's been since December 16th since we've been on the air. Christmas Eve was called for weather, and then we had the night off last week because the studio was closed. It's freezing. I think we're all suffering from brain freeze here, but we'll get over it. We'll get through the show, and we'll be back on track, I hope. Nothing like, you know, going big or going home, right? Anyway, this is kind of a cool night because not only is it the first show of the new year, it's the first show of the season, and it marks pretty much almost to the day the anniversary of the first airing of Posse Presents. In 2012, on January 8th, this was the first night that the show aired. It was on a Sunday then at 8 o'clock. And the following season, our seasons run the quarter, we moved to Saturday nights, and it's been on Saturday night ever since. So yay us, and thank you to Zach, and thank you to Mike now. You know, just about 6 years strong. So I owe a lot of my will to keep going to the support that I get and the friends that I have. And unfortunately, part of my reason to keep going is because animals are still so in need, and I don't think that it's getting better. I don't think it ever will. But, you know, as long as I feel like I can do some good with the show, I will continue. And so here we are now. Yay us, 6 years. Alrighty, so I've got a bunch of stuff tonight. We've got one very late happy birthday shout out to Juno's mom, Deb Young. She had her birthday right after Christmas, so happy birthday to you. I'm going to give a shout out to my dear friend Marie in England, whose birthday I often miss because she doesn't have it posted, and she's very vague about when her birthday is, but I think this year I'm doing all right. So a big happy birthday to you, Marie. Marie does so much to help animals herself. She's an amazing person, and sadly probably someone I'll never meet because I'm not going anywhere, and I don't expect she is either. But to Marie, you're the best, and happy birthday. Alrighty, so while we were having our little break, Zach and I had a lot of fun last week anyway. We went to the Connecticut Gay Men's Chorus Bingo. And their bingo night is pretty much something you gotta go to. You just have to. It's great. I was able to meet someone there who I have been friends with on Facebook. And, you know, we've you know how life is, where we're going to get together, and it just, somehow it never happens. But I met this person, you know, there's these two lost posters behind me that I promised would stay up until. So the one on, this side, because everything is backwards for me, is the poster for Andy. And Andy is a very storied dog. You know, if you need to find out who Andy is, go to the Facebook page, Bring Andy Home. We're just past the anniversary of when he did go missing. And Andy was a very, I don't know, he brought so many people together, and he created friendships, and he just did so much for people, and through his being lost, so many people learned how to look for a lost dog. His owner, Jordina, has gone on, and, you know, that is her life now, is finding other people's dogs, you know, give them the closure, hopefully, that she never had. But one of the friends I made when this was all going on, and our paths crossed numerous times, but we never connected, is a woman named Julia. And it was really cool. Apparently she's been to the bingos a couple times, and this was my first time and Zach's first time, and it just so happened that, you know, the planets all aligned, and whatever we got, we were both there and we got to meet. So let's get the first bingo picture up, and let's get it up the right way. We're struggling. It's all good. All right, Zach, can you like step in maybe? Okay. So anyway, I'm just going to keep talking. There we are. I can't hear you, and that's probably a good thing. All right, so here I am with Julia, finally, after all these years. She's really awesome. And it was, you know, she recognized me out in the dark parking lot. What can I say? So that was really cool. And we got to spend some time inside, and, you know, more promises to get together. But we also have to wish Julia a happy birthday, because she's got a pretty big one coming up this week, I believe. So Julia, happy birthday. I'm so glad that we got to meet. And, you know, I look forward to being able to hang out with you again. So we do have a second picture for bingo. If we could get that one up. There we go. Also present at the bingo was my dear friends from Bikers Against Animal Cruelty. They frequent the event, and, you know, it was kind of interesting to be at a non-animal related event. And of course, in the middle there is Miss Joan Crawford, whose bingo event it was, and it was a real great time. So, alrighty, I'll take the camera back. And there we go. All right, so the long and short of what I've got to say next is that it's cold, and keep your pets inside, period. There's no excuses. You know, it's like 7 degrees out right now. The wind chill, God only knows what it's making it. These last couple of weeks have been brutal. I am tired of seeing coming through my computer images of animals who have been left out in the cold and are barely clinging to life or have frozen to death, frostbite, you know, all kinds of things going on. It's got to stop, and people have to take responsibility. There's a big to-do about the dog that was left in Hartford to die. You know, people just don't do it. Bring your animals inside, and if you cannot do that, bring that animal to safety. Get it to a shelter, give it to somebody who's going to take care of it, but do not leave an animal outside to freeze to death. If you've got a cat that likes to go out, keep that cat inside. It is too cold. Feed the birds if you can, feed the squirrels. I mean, I don't understand. Feed the deer. I don't know how they're surviving out there. So do your part, and, you know, try to help the world instead of hurting it, because it's just crazy. Put out shelters for feral cats. I have some friends who spent today doing just that, making shelters to put out for cats. So, you know, it's too cold, and these animals depend on a little help to survive. They're not going to do it otherwise. So, you know, please just do something to help the animals, because it's their lives at stake. And just on the same note of the cold and the snow, if you have a yard that you do let your animals out, not in this weather, however, but, you know, you've got some snow accumulated, clear your fence lines, because the snow is just a really good way for animals, dogs, to jump the fence and get loose, and you don't want that to happen. So dig around your fence so that there's no way that they can be up higher to jump over the fence. Also, something to be aware of in this weather is ice melt is a really bad thing. Sand is a much better choice. Ice melt can be toxic to animals. There are different ingredients in it that if ingested can be harmful in large amounts, and sometimes can make them sick in small amounts, but it'll burn their skin, it can burn their eyes. So, be mindful of where you're walking your animals, keep them away from the roads for now. All that stuff that they're putting down is not good. I understand you don't want, your paths and your driveway to be icy, but you also, if you're going to walk your animals there, you don't want it to irritate them. It's just not fair. If you're going to take them out and they have to walk through it, get wipes, wash them off, do something, because, winter is really harsh in so many ways that people don't even think of. So, I have to say these things because, somebody has to. All right, so real quick, gonna move on here. A friend of mine has been worried sick about her cat who got out of her house and has been missing since before Christmas. Can we get the picture of Chase up? There we go. Unfortunately, there's been not a sign of Chase. He's an older guy and he is supposed to be on meds. His home is in the East End Cavalry Cemetery area of Waterbury. There's a reward for his return, and if you have any information, please call 203-525-3694. Once again, that's 203-525-3694. It's really sad when an animal goes missing and you got nothing, no sightings, no nothing. And with cats, it's even harder because they do seek shelter, and a cat can run into an open garage, can slip through into a shed, and no one even knows it's there. So take a look around if you're in that area. He was wearing the red collar. Let's hope we can find Chase and get him home. All right, next up, Izzy. Izzy finds herself homeless because her owner is suffering from severe dementia and could not keep her. She was living in a home with another dog who has since been adopted, which, always makes me very sad because I always like to keep pairs together, but I understand sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But anyway, Izzy is a 7-year-old miniature schnauzer said to be sweet and full of personality. She loves to play, and she seems to be okay with other dogs and cats, but a meet and greet would be necessary. Like I said, I really hoped her and her buddy could have stayed together. They lost everything, and it's really sad. So let's please network Izzy and help give her back something to have to call her own, which would be a home. And so, we want to get her out of the shelter, especially in this situation. Izzy is at Waterford East Lyme Animal Control. For information or an application, you can email aco@waterfordct.org. Once again, that's aco@waterfordct.org. Now, Ansonia Animal Shelter has 2 longtime residents who desperately need homes. Let's get Groot and Honey up. I have shared these 2 before. Please let's try to network them home. Groot is a middle-aged dog who has been at the shelter since last spring. He also needs to be an only pet in an active home who will throw his ball and take him for walks. Honey has been at the shelter for over a year. She has a slow-growing cancer. A shelter is not where her last memories should be made. She needs to be an only pet. I understand that the need for these 2 to be onlys is a niche type of thing, but, have a heart. This dog may or may not have a lot of quality time left. They say she's a sweet, mellow, loving girl, and I know that their homes have to be out there. It's just too sad when an animal is terminal and is stuck in a shelter. It shouldn't be. It absolutely shouldn't be their last memories. So let's try to get Groot and Honey home. Poor Groot's been there for a while, and you know, Honey definitely, I guess there's really not anybody who wants to open up their home to a sick animal who has to be an only pet. I understand it makes it hard, but there's got to be homes out there. There absolutely has to be. So Ansonia Animal Shelter, 203-410-7716. Once again, 203-410-7716. Next up, we have Sky. And I have shown you Sky before. She is a throwaway mama who is living on the streets after knowing nothing but an unkind life. This sweet girl has already been spayed, and she will never know that life again. It's her time to find out what a real home is and learn what it's like to be a cherished family member. I love the picture of her by the Christmas tree. I guess she was probably wishing Santa would bring her a home. Anyway, she's currently learning how to be a dog, working on her reactivity to other dogs, and soaking up all the attention she is getting at the Harwinton Animal Control. Sky needs to be an only pet, no other dogs, and no cats. Another niche adoption, but I know her home is out there. So if you want to find out more about Sky, if you want to meet her, if you think you can take her to your home, 860-806-8743. Once again, 860-806-8743. Now, also in Harwinton, we have Millie. Look at Millie. She was abandoned by her owner. She has been recovering from a severe ear infection. She's learning that other dogs are not a threat. And again, she's soaking up all the good care and attention that she needs and she deserves while she is in the very capable hands of the ACO in Harwinton. Millie is about 2.5 years old. She is a St. Bernard Great Dane mix. She's a big girl. Right now she weighs about 140 pounds and could probably use a few pounds, according to Tom in Harwinton. She needs a home with no small children, teens and up, no other dogs, but here's the bonus, she adores cats. She absolutely adores cats. So Millie will need an active home with plenty of space and breed experience. You know, you're talking a 140-pound dog here. Great Danes and St. Bernards, they're not for the faint of heart. They're their own particular requirements. So if you're interested in finding out more or setting up a meet and greet, contact Tom at 860-806-8743. Once again, that's 860-806-8743. She looks like a short-haired St. Bernard to me, which is kind of cool. She's a beautiful girl, and she needs a home. So let's network Millie and Sky and get them homes for the new year. Next up, we have Cola. And Cola has been at the Yonkers Animal Shelter for 26 months. That's a long time, folks. He keeps his sanity by tending to and playing with his tennis balls. You can scroll through the pictures. He's a handsome, handsome devil. He does need to be an only pet, unfortunately. And that's only for now. They're saying that because he's very overprotective of his treasures, and that may change once he is well settled into a forever home. He doesn't mind other dogs otherwise. He doesn't react. There was a time when, you know, he used to hang out with other dogs, but the extended stay at the shelter, you know, it affects dogs in different ways. So his tennis balls are all he has, and they're his, and nobody can have them. So Cola is about 70 pounds and about 3.5 years old. His time has really come to go home. Look at how beautiful he is. He's just so shiny and so handsome. 2 tennis balls at a time is pretty cool. He needs to go home. So let's help him out, folks. Email Leslie, LESLIEM147 Once again, that's LeslieM147 Or you can check out his Facebook page at Cola is Coming to Town. All right, so I have a couple of events to go over with you. And I will take the camera back for a hot second because then I'm going to make you switch pictures. Going to put you through your paces for the rest of the show now that we've got the bugs worked out and we're kind of all paying attention maybe. So for the Love of Jack paint event, if we can get that up. There you go, FTLOJ. I cheated. All right, so For the Love of Jack is having their annual paint event at the Arts Desire in Torrington. That's this coming Saturday, January 13th, from 11 to 2. You can do a wood sign or a canvas. And if you're interested in finding out more, you can contact Sherry at 860-605-3422. That's 860-605-3422. Or Michelle at 860-689-3632. Once again, Michelle's number is 860-689-3632. And we also would like to mention the Sweet Pea Comedy Night, which is the next weekend, Friday, January 19th, at Hillcrest Country Club in Leicester, Mass. The doors open at 7. The show starts at 8. And if you would like more information, you can visit sweetpea4a.org. That's sweetpea4a.org. Alrighty, I will take the camera back for a hot second. Thank you very much. And, you know, I ask you guys who will network animals to please do so. And it really is life-changing. It's life-saving. I know I've said it before. But if you're going to put something out there on any kind of social media, whether it's, you know, an original post that you're making or something that you're sharing, please, please, please make sure that the original post has contact information and not just message me for more details or message me if you're interested, or if you find my cat, message me. Let's lose that whole mentality of messaging me. It's not gonna work unless someone is definitely connected with you. There's no guarantee that your message is going to come through Facebook. You know, if you're a networking person and, you know, you're going to keep putting animals out there, make up an email account just for that purpose. So, you know, you don't have to, I don't know, flood your inbox or whatever. I don't know what the reason people don't put a phone number for a lost animal or an urgent animal that they're trying to help in a situation. They don't put a phone number, an email, something. Direct contact is the best way to do things. You know, if you put a phone number, somebody can text you if they see your dog running down the street. If they message you, how often are you checking Facebook? It's one of my pet peeves, and I have a really hard time sharing stuff that's on social media that doesn't have a direct contact. It's not a complete post. And, you know, I know I've said it before and I've posted it on Facebook before, but it's something that just, it really, it makes all the difference. In my mind, it makes all the difference, and I know I'm not alone because I see a lot of these posts and people are like, well, where is the animal? And because you got to put location too. Where is the animal located? Who is the contact person? Who do I call? How do I get in touch? You know, PM me, you know, inbox me, message me. It's kind of lame. It does not serve the purpose. Like I said, unless you're doing something in a very small group and only to your friends, it's not going to help a thing. So anyway, can we run through the adoptables one more time? Just cruise right through them. Well, all right, that's Chase. He's lost in Waterbury. But that's Izzy and Groot and Honey and Sky and Millie and Cola. And these dogs all deserve loving homes, with the exception, I guess, of Izzy. You're looking at dogs who need only pet homes, and it's not impossible. It really isn't. It's not as easy, but you know, there are people who can fit the bill. There are people who have that opening, who maybe just lost an only, or you know, have not had a dog in a while. You know, you're the people we need. Fosters are, I say it all the time, the backbone of rescue. If you know, people would just open up their homes to foster, you know, forget the boo-hoo, I'm going to be sad when they go. Boo-hoo, you're going to be sad when you see they're dead too, because that's what happens to a lot of these animals who sit in shelters for whatever amount of time, because not all shelters will hold on to a dog for 26 months. You know, a lot of dogs only have a short amount of time, so to get them out of the shelters, they've got to have fosters. So please consider it. It's definitely something that, you know, it saves lives. So anyway, how much, there we go. See, we're right in tune. I'm going to say peace, love, and dogs. Until next time, thank you for watching, and good night.